Hey everyone, Chris here from Ninja Viaduct, and today we're going to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2 that was further detailed this morning. Now, right off the bat, this isn't going to be some other, Nintendo fanboy praise video nor a hater video. Like we always say, we here at Ninja Viaduct are always trying to give you an objective view on the game industry. So right away, I'm going to tell you this. I do believe that Nintendo is going to sell well with the Switch 2. I do think that the Switch 2, based on what they showed this morning, is going to be a very well-built device functionally and allow you to play all the good, enjoyable games. The first-party games will be fun, Mario Kart, Kirby, etc., and with their custom NVIDIA chip, it's a plus that the hardware can seemingly play third-party AAA games like Elden Ring, Cyberpunk, Hogwarts Legacy, etc. How well those games play it remains to be seen until people actually get their hands on it and play it. So okay, now that we've gotten the easy part out of the way, my take on what we saw from Nintendo today is that despite the Switch 2 being a good update, it essentially is a incremental update, okay? Now hear me out. Here's why. The main key differences that stick out to me is that simply we now have a bigger 7.9-inch LCD screen, which is not OLED by the way, compared to the 6.2-inch LCD for the Switch 1 or the 7-inch OLED version of the Switch 1, right? Okay, so bigger and better, nice, but not really groundbreaking stuff. We do get to play games at 4K 60 or 120 frames per second at 1080p, which is nice, but again, nothing really groundbreaking stuff, okay? Faster storage with a higher 256 gigabyte base, cool, but again, nothing really groundbreaking. Now, what sticks out to me the most interestingly, is the fact that they have a 2 to 6.5 hour battery range, which is significant because it's lower than the Switch 1's LCD and OLED variants, right? And yes, you have other features like the new chat party communication feature with the C button and accessories like the camera. But I don't consider those things to be very important because who decides who uses those accessories and features, it's all relative. It's all relative to each other, right? I might use it, you might use it, you might not use it. It all depends. It's all different from each other. But what matters most is that if anyone who has a Switch 2, we're all are going to be playing the Switch 2, and that's what this conversation is focused on. So my point is this: if you haven't felt it at this point, this is simply just incremental, right? Which is very different from the Nintendo before, because remember, Nintendo has a history of being a very innovative company, right? The original Nintendo system, N64, GameCube, from the Game Boy, you had Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, you had the 3DS, the DS, the 3DS, and eventually we get to the Switch that we have today, right? And every step of the way, their hardware has been innovative, unique in some way. But today, we simply saw literally the Switch 2. And to me, that's a sign that Nintendo has chosen to walk away from the innovative roots and are now more like Apple, for example. Less risk, playing it safe, just minor improvements here and there. The tried and true method to make profit, right? And like Apple, they know they have a huge customer base that will buy their stuff. I mean, you can just tell by looking at their pricing strategy, right? $449 for the Switch 2, or $499 if you get it with the Mario Kart bundle. And here's the kicker: they know the price is going to make people think like what? It's going to trigger them because they actually region blocked their Japan version, which is priced at 49,980 yen, which if you buy with the US dollar today, it's about $340, right? So they're blocking people off from trying to take advantage of the stronger dollar. On top of that, you have their Switch 2 games now priced at $80. And then you have the tutorial game that you would think would have been free. Like, for example, the PlayStation 5, when it first came out, it had the Astrobot game, right? That, showcased the PS5's features. So Nintendo is definitely coming from a position that, they are not scared of triggering its customers because we need to make money because of the weaker yen or the anticipated tariffs, or simply because developing games is just super expensive now, right? Whatever the reason, they're coming at this strong. So while this was a Switch 2 announcement, I see this more as an official declaration that the Nintendo vote is officially no more. And we are now seeing a corporation that is akin to big tech companies, right? So the question now is, to me, is will consumers continue to go along, or will they do something different? All right, that's it for me. You know the drill. Like, subscribe, and most importantly, let us know in your comments how you feel about the situation, how you feel about the Switch 2, but most importantly, how you think about Nintendo and their direction going forward. Until next time.